Hey guys, it's Katie Kate on the Homestead, and today I'm shooting an update on the seeds that I'm sprouting for my 2024 cannabis grow. And I have to get this done today because tonight we're going to be taking the seeds that have sprouted and putting them into the peat pucks that I purchased. I mentioned in a previous video that this year I will be growing with a friend of mine out here using his methods and just to see what kind of results I can get in this grow zone, which is new to me. One of the reasons why I am deferring to this person is because I find his style of growing appealing to me. In my experience, I think there's really two kinds of growers, indoor and outdoor. Indoor growers, because they're creating an artificial environment, have to be really mindful of space and conditions and tend to be more focused on things like low stress training, FIM trimming, things like that. And because of the artificial environment and methods, the resulting flowers tend to be a little bit hyped up, which, is perfectly fine. Most outdoor growers that I have met are really set it and forget it people, kind of old school, take a bunch of plants to a cornfield or somewhere out in the woods, plant them, lay down some food spikes, check on them maybe a couple times over the season, and then just go harvest what you get. So they're kind of opposite extremes. What I like about my friend's approach to growing is that, like me, he's an outdoor grower who incorporates a lot of these training techniques that typically we would see more in an indoor environment. And personally, I prefer the flavor of outdoor grown cannabis. So that's my preferred method, is to kind of be somewhere in the middle where I'm growing outdoors, but I'm also just not typically a set it and forget it grower, although I was last year. So here on the front end, already there are two new rules with sprouting the seeds that I'm going to be adhering to that really I haven't bothered with before. Number one is when we sprout a seed, if there is any fuzz on the tail, we're going to kill it, because my friend is suggesting that that is going to be an indicator that that plant is going to be more prone to mold and just an unhealthy plant. Personally, I've planted tons of seeds and I've seen that fuzzy kind of stuff on the tail, and it's never really occurred to me that that's an indication of anything. Number two is we will be killing any sprouts that are what he calls armored sprouts. And so those are the sprouts that pop after they've sprouted, but they don't get the seed off of the leaves. And again, for me, in the past, I just flick the seed off and grow the plant. But his attitude is, if that sprout is not strong enough to kick that seed pod off, it's not a strong plant and we're going to kill it. Now, here are the seeds that we've sprouted. So we chose a variety. We chose 4 feminized seeds and then some bag seeds from his collection and from mine. So you can see that the do-si-dos have sprouted really well. We've got at least one of the GMO cookie. A couple of mine have sprouted. And at this point, I'm pretty sure if nothing else sprouts, we're just going to call them dead seeds. Now you can see on the paper, we actually used orange pico tea to germinate these seeds. And so we put them in a glass dish with just maybe 10 tablespoons of tea on the bottom, if that really. We laid the seeds, and then the top paper towel, a little bit more tea. We just moistened the lid of the glass dish, covered it with these towels, and put it up on a really high shelf where it would be warm and nice and dark. Personally, I've never used tea to germinate before, and so I asked what the reason was, and apparently the acidity in the tea helps the seeds to sprout. So it's the acidity. So I did bring in my grow tent from the sunroom just to warm it up, because we will be growing the plants in that, mostly just to keep them protected from my cats, who are otherwise going to eat anything that I try to grow in here. I'm pretty sure it's going to involve a humidifier and some fans, and we're using just aquarium lights apparently, because this is his method. So later on today, he'll be bringing over those lights, and we will be setting these seeds into the pucks and moving on to the next stage of this grow. Okay, I think that's it for today, so stay tuned, and I'll post another update in the next day or two and let you know how they are doing. Until next time, happy, healthy living. I'm Katie Kate on the Homestead. I'll see you later.